I met her in college, back when life was simpler and the only thing I had to worry about was deadlines and forgetting to eat. She was the kind of person who made an impression the second you met her. Bright eyes, always smiling, always finding the most optimistic thing to say in any situation. We got paired for a group project. I was shy, didn't want to work with anyone, but she acted like we'd been friends for years after saying, "Hi, I'm Emily." Fast forward a few years, and somehow I luck out. She becomes my wife. Every day feels surreal, like, how did someone like me end up with someone like her? She made everything better. Even the small things. Burnt breakfast, traffic jams, flat tires, it didn't matter. "It's just another page in our story, Anon," she'd say. And I'd believe her. 2 years into our marriage, it started. She kept sleeping more. Bruises appeared where they shouldn't. She brushed it off at first. Just tired. Probably stressed. But I knew. Something wasn't right. The diagnosis hit us like a freight train. Late-stage cancer. My world crumbled instantly. Sitting across from the doctor, not breathing, just hearing words that didn't even feel real. Emily, though. She smiled. Not a brave fake one either. A real, genuine smile. "All right, what's the plan?" She asked the doctor like it was some puzzle we just needed to solve. Treatment started. Chemotherapy was brutal. I hated seeing her in pain, but she refused to let me wallow in it. "Anon," she'd say, "I'm not afraid." "Why are you?" I didn't know how to answer. I wasn't afraid. I was furious. Furious at the unfairness, at the world that would dare hurt someone like her. Then she started losing her hair. It didn't faze her. She looked at herself in the mirror one day, without a tear in her eye, turned to me and said, "Well, at least wigs can be fun, right?" She bought the brightest colored ones available. Neon blues, fiery reds, and she wore them proudly, like armor. I started wearing matching ones with her at home. It made her laugh. God, her laugh made me feel alive. We traveled when we could, even if it meant small road trips to nowhere. She insisted on seeing sunsets, even when it hurt her to walk up hills. "You never know when it's the last one you'll see," she'd whisper, sitting beside me, transfixed on the horizon. Therapy helped, but she was my therapy. We spent the nights talking about everything. Our favorite memories, movies we still hadn't seen, books we still wanted to read. She made me promise I'd finish them for her if she couldn't. Her strength wavered eventually, but her optimism never did. Near the end, she was too weak to even leave the bed, and yet, there she was, still smiling. "Anon, you're gonna be fine. You know that, right?" I broke down the last night I had with her, told her she was my everything, my reason to move forward. She reached out, brushed my cheek and said, "Keep smiling for me, okay? Someone has to keep the story going." And then, she was gone. That was 6 months ago. I still sit on the porch sometimes, watching sunsets, wearing one of her silly wigs. Still finishing the books we said we'd read, watching the movies we never got to see together. I don't know if it gets easier, but I do know this. She taught me how to smile again, even through tears.